I moved down to England a long time ago. I moved back and I had to live with my parents again. And oh man, the banter was too much. I had to move out again. See, living with my mum, that's the thing, right? My mum would take the piss out of me, which I'm fine with because I'd make fun of her voice. Because me and my mum don't always see eye to eye because hers at the side of her head. Whale joke. But my mum loves making fun of my stammer. I've got a stammer. Sometimes I have it. It just comes out randomly. It's trying to see why I'm good at doing voices, because I had to cover up my stammer for ages. And my mum loves the fact I've got a stammer. I was on the phone to her yesterday, right, and she was at the shops. I was like, Mum, are you at the shops? I was like, yeah, I'm at the shops. What do you want? It's like, can you get me a sandwich and a muffin? Okay, I'll get you a sandwich and 23 muffins. No comeback to that, it was too good, wasn't it? But the reason why I moved to England was because I nearly got in trouble with the law, which is why I've never been able to judge Zayn, because I had my own legal trouble. And before we start this story, just so you know, it's all made up. Me and my friends stole money from a bank. I can't tell you the name of the bank, obviously, so let's just call the bank Adam. So me and my mate stole money from Adam by taking money from the bank's accounts, like, because banks have their own accounts, and I took lots of things. We had somebody working in the bank, and I had such low self-esteem. I didn't want to take the money, but I was like, I'll have the money and I can give it to people who I want to be my friend. It's so pathetic, though. That's self-esteem issues part 1. I think it was because I was a virgin for too long. I think, like, that messes with your head. If you're a virgin for too long, like, you know there's a minimum age you can have sex at? There should be a maximum you have to have it by. If you're 20 and you've not lost your virginity, the government should get involved. Sex is like chicken pox. If you don't get it when you're younger, it is going to scar you in later life. But it made me the most unconfident person. I hated myself for so long. I don't hate myself anymore, but I hated myself so much. Even like during sex, when I started having sex, I would pretend I was somebody else because I would feel sorry for the other person. Because I'd be like, ugh, they want to have sex with me, but I'm me. I would never have sex with me, so there's something wrong with you. So I would pretend I was somebody else during sex. Have a guess who? I've been going to Starbucks a lot recently, guys, and I've noticed something. I like my sexual partners the same way I like my coffee. Having someone shout out the wrong name when they give it to me. Speaking of Starbucks, when I was sat in Starbucks with Zayn and Danny, by the way, if you're ever going out for tea with murderers, I'd highly recommend going to Starbucks, because they've got big windows, CCTV, and they serve porridge, so they're comfortable as well. And when I was sat there with Zayn and Danny, by the way, Danny was the most intense-looking person I've ever seen in my life. I know I look intense, but Danny had my kind of gaunt look, but his eyes never stopped moving. It was almost like there was a fly in there being like, all right, here you go. Up to today, man. Oh, that's nice. And Zayn was like, Larry, why have you lost so much weight? Have you just been broken up with? Because those two are heavily linked for me. Like, Zayn's always been my shoulder to cry on when it comes to relationships, even since the first one. Because when I started being in relationships and stuff, it was you remember your first love? Quite an intense experience. Because you think, oh, I'll text them all the time. They'll love that. Do you remember that? It was like my first love. Oh, my God. You know when you see someone and you immediately go, oh, I love you. And we're going to have so many dogs together. I had that with this guy, and then one day, ghosted me. Never heard from him ever again. And I was like, oh, I know. And I was like, I thought those 2 dates went brilliantly. Ghosting, if you don't know, is you remove all communication from the other person. You block them on everything, and you never hear from them ever again. And he ghosted me, right? And I don't want to like badmouth him or anything like that. So I'm not going to tell you his name, right? So let's just call him Royal Bank of Scotland. So now you know that entirely made-up story. Okay.